Narc Bully King. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you guys, it's Saturday night. I know y'all out doing your thing, having a great time, doing what Sigmas do. You know what I'm saying? Peace, love, and light, y'all. Blessings, blessings. You know, listen, we're closing in on 900, and I'm going to do a campaign on TikTok and try to round out that 1K. But we're trying to finish the weekend off with at least 1K, which I'm pretty sure we're going to do. Now, that being said, let's go through a bunch of Skittles and stuff. All right, with that being said, let's get this party started. Shout out to my new and old subscribers, my TikTok family. Look, y'all, after 444 days of semen retention, my journey has taught me a lot of things. Most importantly, most people are full of you know what. Okay, that's first and foremost, okay? Secondly, you know, most women are full of you know what. You know, respectfully, one timers, I say this. You know what I'm saying? So with most people being full of it, and most women being full of it, you know, the semen retention allows for you, if you're disciplined enough, to maintain your masculine frame, okay? Maintain your masculine frame and not allow low vibrational women to get in your aura, because once you realize energy and energy exchange and how people go about getting energy, even those that try to trigger you into some type of upset phase or whatever, they're okay with that as long as they're in your energy getting energy. So it's like, okay, you got to move like chess, okay? It's like chess. So, you know, you realize that the game of life, and you're moving like chess. So when, you know, you might allow people to trigger you certain days, but you're really setting up a trap. But they're not able to see that. They're not supposed to. You know what I'm saying? So while you're setting up these traps, they're falling for them, you know, while you're also ducking and dodging, keeping certain things to yourself. You're setting up a frame for yourself. You're setting up a frame for yourself where everybody knows, okay, well, am I triggering him? You know what I'm saying? Can I trigger him? Or am I falling into a trap? You know, it doesn't really seem like a trigger because he's not automatically responding. But then again, he does respond. Is that a trigger? Well, I believe an emotional response would call for it to happen in that moment of the emotion. Anything delayed, well, I believe that to be planned. You know what I'm saying? So while they think that they're ahead and they're doing this and that and the third, you're always 10 to 20 steps ahead. And I believe that's the main part about the semen retention, is the ability to see through everybody's mask, see any lie coming your way, you know, and being able to put people in a certain place, you know, in your head and know they're not really talking about nothing. They're not talking about nothing. There's no point in even wasting your time, right? And you know what I'm saying, the matrix of time is fake. But even though it's fake, it's still a real thing here. Enough people believe in it, so you have to kind of like keep up with it, period, point blank. And while you're keeping up with it, you can't be wasting it on people that just want to get in your energy. Is it very low vibrational and unexcusable and disgusting? Of course it is. But that's not going to change people doing things like that. There's some women that's so toxic that they enjoy getting you upset. They just enjoy it. They love to watch your facial expressions and you being angry or whatever. It triggers something in them that they get turned on by. Super wicked, but they don't see nothing wrong with it because society's made it pretty, you know, standard to, you know, bask in other people's misery. If they can't handle it, try to say that it's, you know, them being sensitive. However, you know, that person wouldn't be able to handle the level of scrutiny that they're trying to put on you, right? It's just crazy, man, how society is set up. But that's what, you know what I'm saying, semen retention really does for you. It allows for you to see the important things in life and the things that aren't important. And one of the things that's not important is running around chasing women. Because when you start looking at the numbers, because society is set up so that, you know, the matrix is showing you every day a certain perspective where women are having a hard time finding men, you know, as if, not women, but men are having a hard time finding women. Confirmation. As if, you know, women aren't out here twice as many as there is of us. Not just that, but women love to compete. Getting a man is not really about getting a man because they're pretty much giving the box away to Pookie and Ray Ray you know what I'm saying, and Day Day whenever they can. So, and Lily. So really, it's about just having that beard that looks good to be able to brag to her homegirl. Yeah, I got this John right here, and you know what I'm saying. This John is my main guy. And he looks good on paper. Da, 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 da. It doesn't really matter what you have with them. As soon as they have a guy that they believe to be more popular, more fly, maybe have more swag, maybe look more like Chris Brown or something, who knows, right? Then they just jump on the carousel and do what they have to do. There's no punishment for them doing this nowadays. And when you don't have a soul or a good, you know what I'm saying, heart barometer to know good and bad and what you shouldn't and shouldn't do, what you should and shouldn't do, these women just indulge in doing whatever they want, and hey, no one will know. I can stack up these bodies and just say whatever number I want to because no one will really know. I'm doing whatever I want to do. How will they know? How will they know? We'll just get online and tell. Who's doing most of this talk about whenever a woman has a kid or whenever they have sexual relations, it goes back to its normal size? Who's doing most of that talk? It's not dudes. It's not dudes doing that kind of talk. Like, come on. It's not dudes sitting there saying, yeah, you know, as soon as she had Mandingo, you know what I'm saying, 6'5", Mandingo, tripod guy, you know, it snapped right back. It felt, no guy is saying that kind of stuff. Not a guy that's getting any. There is a difference. Are you insane? You're trying to think that you not being blown out would be the same as you being blown out? No, that's a hope and a wish and a prayer. No, it's not the same. If it was the same, then why would guys want low body counts? It wouldn't matter. We would just say, hey, look, let's go get an STD test and whatever to make sure you don't have any diseases. It's more than that. You know what I'm saying? It's about the fact that it does not feel the same. I don't care what kegels you're doing. I don't care when you think that whenever you're getting ready to orgasm, it's going to squeeze. It's not going to squeeze the same as a woman that doesn't have kids and a high body count. Trust me, I know. I had a few of these women, and they were probably meant to be my wives. And crazy enough, the guy after me they ended up marrying and never broke up with. So I'm pretty sure they were meant. And these women were, I'm looking for that. See, when you get it, you know. When you have it, you know. You're like, oh, what is this? Oof. I don't know if I can last. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know. When you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? Part of the reason why, I'm going to be real. Part of the reason why I'm able to go over an hour is because you ladies are just worn out. I'm just going to be real. It ain't like you're, man, listen, let me get one, got the walls right. You know what I'm saying? And the walls are dripping, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's going to be hard for a man to make it over 30 minutes. But most of y'all can go an hour easy. There's nothing really there to really worry about. There's nothing really there that's going to cause me to, oops, I did it again. No, it ain't going to happen, man. I can watch TV whatever. Most of the time I do. I'll watch whatever. I'll put a show on, you know what I'm saying? You know, have my drink there, balance it on the cheeks, and just be back there. Well, you know, it's going to take me a while to get worked up on this. You know what I mean? I can already tell. And then you can try to sit there and kegel it up and all of that. I can tell when you're kegling, man, and I can tell when it's naturally that way. You know what I'm saying? So y'all continue to keep thinking that it doesn't make no difference. It does. It does. And also, if you're trying to do a whole bunch of stuff that we didn't ask you to do, right? You're on there and you're bouncing around like you're some kind of P-star. Listen, let me tell you something. All that experience you think you got, and then, see, it's about their egos. For you to do all that is not for the guy. Why would we want you to have all the experience? Then we're thinking about all the different guys you were doing that with, that you were bouncing up and down the pogo stick with, you know? Who wants to think about that? Nobody's sane. Nobody's sane. But you guys do it anyway. And then you're like, well, you don't want a woman without experience. Yes, we do. I want to teach you everything. I want you to know nothing. You know, if you're over here talking about, well, you're telling your guys that, you know, we don't know how to, slobble a knob. Which one of the guys, if I was telling that to, would be like, that's a bad thing? You know, if I was trying to make it out to be a bad thing, I'm pretty sure one of the guys would be like, well, I'll tell you what, I'll teach her if you don't want to. That's not how guys think. Women think like that. Y'all want to sit there and chuckle and kiki, and even though it's a bad idea, because your girl could be like, well, no, I want to try it out. You never talk about your sexual relations to any of your friends. Man, I never did stuff like that. Never in my life. Now, did I have a loose woman that ran around running her mouth? Of course. But I didn't do anything like that. I never told anything about her. If I did, people would know the reason why I left, no problem. there was nothing really for me to stick around for. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you already felt like you were compromising anyway, why would you stick around and compromise some more after knowing more than likely the reason for why things felt the way they did? Right? You're just like, oh, well, that explains a lot. All right, well, yeah, I'm out of here. I mean, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Chitty, chitty, bang, bang. You know what I'm saying? And move right along. You know what I mean? Future said it just, hey, listen, when they're for the streets, it's just my turn. And I don't have no problem with that, right? I don't want to be, led down astray and, this woman is out there having all these relations with people and I can't have any fun. I'm getting everybody else's trash can. I think's not, you know what I mean? But when you're on semen retention, man, and you take that ability from a woman to be able to use her body and her, her dripping box, that we don't know who she dripped on or got dripped into from, the night before, a couple hours before, 30 minutes before. It's not that serious. Because let me tell you something. All of these guys with money and wealth, they're never chasing women. They might do promos with some women in the background. They're never chasing women because when you got your passion right and your purpose right, that's just, something that comes along as a perk. The women is something that comes along as a perk, like, you know what I mean? The Bugattis and things of that nature and the helicopters. A woman, women, it doesn't, listen, when your mind is building generational wealth, so your kids got a name and a brand to make money off of, you're not concerned with what some woman who's thinking about how can she attach herself to your life and ride your wave. You're not. You're not. You're not trying to be with some woman that's trying to do the same thing you do and she's talking about building with you. If you're doing stuff so great, why do you need to build with me? If you got it going on, why are you waiting around on me to build with you? Build on your own, okay? I don't need to go in. We should go together and make a channel together. Why not? The worst thing you can do, because trust me, my ex did it. We, we're selling rabbits together. The worst thing you can do is go into business with somebody that you're with. That no one can work to the capacity that I work. That's the quickest way to run a woman off. You can never keep up with me. It'll be me doing all the work and you either being okay with it or trying to compete with it. Either way it goes, I'm not okay with it, all right? So again, gentlemen, if you're on semen retention day 4, a couple guys were talking about day 49, congratulations, day 29, 36, 42, 44, 63, 77, 162, what was it, 140, 244, 356, whatever day you're on, you know what I'm saying? 356. I mean, really rounding out that year. Listen, I know it seems like it's difficult, but the more you go without it, the less you worry about it. And also, when you get it, man, you're gonna wear that chick out. You're gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's gonna be you. Can't do nothing with it. Can't do nothing with it. Just ready to go. You know what I mean? It ain't like it's gonna go anywhere. You know what I mean? And then it's not like you've had bad relations with some women who had some tarty, tart, or some women that just weren't properly washing their butt. Nah, you ain't had nobody. So when you get a hold to this woman, you put out plenty of what your conditions and standards are. They know to make sure it's washed up and that they either have shower shoes on and make their way to the bed, or they allow you to pick them up and carry you to the bed because you plan on devouring all of them and nothing should be touching the floor. Not for a king. Nothing that a king gets a hold to touches the floor. Are you serious? No. Get your butt in that bed. You know what I'm saying? Whether you have those shoes on or I tote you or, it's like carry you in there or I pick you up and throw you in that bad boy. You know what I mean? That's what we got to do. That's how we got to have it going on. That's why I'm not concerned. I know that the more money I have, the more wealth I'm building, the more that my business, gets its footing right, the higher quality of women I'm getting that's coming around. I can see it clear as day. I'm watching better women coming around as I level up. I had the bird's eye view and I'm just watching. I'm like, man, look at this baddie, this Puerto Rican, in my DMs on TikTok. What? Man, thick little baddie about 5'2". Oh, man, the booty's looking like she done had the, but I think it's real. You know what I'm saying? But the only way to find out if it's real. I mean, this chick looks like she's a baddie without the filters. You know what I'm saying? And this is just leveling up. What they're doing is as I level up and they can see the level up change, women start coming around. They can see the level up change, and women start coming around. And then they start, like peeping around, like, okay, he seems nice. And they come around a little bit more often. And I appreciate it, okay? Am I going to jump on the first chick that... No, I'm not concerned with it because they're probably watching me whenever I was struggling. However, I understand as a woman, her safety should be first. So if I'm seeming, like I might not be completely where she wants me to be mentally, I understand. But why linger around? You know what I'm saying? Why linger around? Hey, what's going on, homie? What's going on? How you doing, man? I should have known Radicalized was going to show up, especially if I say anything about some doggone rebellion. He's like, a rebellion? Yeah, the South going to rise again. Not the way that they thought. Nah, all men united. You know what I'm saying? The Confederacy is back. Y'all need to look up the original one anyway, with the cannons in the middle. Anyway, I ain't going to get on that. We've all had our time to be the Confederates in this doggone, country, in this land with our own history. But look, the South is going to rise again. This is a semen retention rebellion. We're going to hold that nut. Yeah, we're holding that nut. I'm going to make t-shirts about this. I keep saying too much. Man, I got haters out there, y'all. We're going to hold that nut. That's going to be the motto. And listen, y'all over here trying to release, and it's hard at first. Sometimes you have wet dreams at first. But once you get a grip on things, you don't know the power you have while you're releasing. Why do you think the Jezebel wants the seed so bad? Most Jezebels like being with the woman that they want. They want to crunch and munch with another lady, but they need that royal ride. It's not the same. They got to get it from you. They got to get it from you, and then they want that seed to finish it off, You know what I'm saying? That's all that they want. I'm done giving it to them. I've had relations with women, man, and they just couldn't wait to finish me off with their mouth, to get that royal seed, gulp it down, and then run around like they got all the energy in the world. And I'm just laying there like, it's the itis. It's not the itis. You know what I'm saying? It's not the itis. We got to stop letting that happen, man. Just keep the seed to yourself. 444 days, it's just something about it. It's not that I'm not going to want to go ahead and give myself to the proper lady eventually. I'm just too busy making this money. Listen, it's so easy to manifest whenever you're holding. That's what they don't want you to understand. The more you hold your seed, the easier it is to manifest. And I know you keep seeing these people posting up 369. They're just copying what I said I was doing in the beginning. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is you don't need to do all that once you're on semen retention. You can think it and it manifests. You can talk to God and just speak it into existence anywhere. You can speak it in front of some people. I believe the more people you speak it in front of does make it, manifest quicker. That's why I like getting on here and saying what I want to get. Like I'm gonna finish off the weekend with 1,200 subscribers on this channel and nothing less. You got to speak it right into existence and it manifests itself. But that's when you get on semen retention and you've been on it for a while. Maybe when you're first starting off or you weren't on semen retention, all the other stuff, scripting and things of that nature, you can do that. But once you're on semen retention, you realize how it drains you. It drains you, man. You know what I'm saying? You start, learning how to conserve your energy because while you're scripting, that stuff is out there running in the background no matter what. So, I mean, just if you're doing, look, man, I got a Patreon where I'm going to be talking more about it because I did that for a while. And am I going to sit here and say that it wasn't what probably got me having the ideas of the multiple channels and how to do it? Yeah, it did. But I'm going to tell you what, now that I've been meditating more, I don't really need to do it. I could have done it without that if I'd just been meditating more and getting closer to God and just sitting in silence more often. My man, I've been waiting on 444. I was going to do this like a week ago, but I'm like, man, it has to be a number that's right. And I was going to do 420. I was like, 420 is a great number. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Well, we all like 420, but 444 though, that has that more impact with it. That's that more divine, and I'll make a video about it, right? So I can further push this out there and probably make a thumbnail for this. It's like a banger, like a real solid one, like I'm walking away and a shadow or something, and like 444 days, no coochie. You know what I'm saying? No masturbation, no nothing, no wet dream, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? Solid. Just manifesting with pure thoughts, just with my thought, manifesting whatever I want. Look at the 4 YouTube channels and I ain't doing like I'm even having a hard time. No, I work out all day long too. I never get tired. You guys need to go for it, man. I'm telling you, it's something about going over 400 days. It's something about hitting over a year. Once you hit over that year, it's just like, I know what I'm here to do. I know what I'm here to do. Hey, listen, guys, I got to get out here. Peace, love, and light. Hit the like button and share. Got to be 20 minutes or less.